This is a story about a company, a group of people dedicated to transforming the lives of people with disabilities. But it's more than that. This is a story about a special place and time, a melting pot of excellence in education, innovation in engineering, and dedication of social entrepreneurship. But really, this is the story about the power of ideas and technology to give voice to the voiceless, learning to underestimated children, and dignity for all people. Welcome. This is the story of AbleNet. Our story starts more than 30 years ago. Until the early 1980s, children with developmental disabilities weren't allowed in public schools. But forward-thinking legislators in the state of Minnesota understood that keeping these children separate wasn't helping them. It was holding them back. With the introduction of the national legislation 94-142, children began to attend special education programs within the public school system. This change set the stage for new energy, technology, and resources to be brought to bear. The trigger that eventually led to the founding of AbleNet came from a persistent Honeywell engineer named Lee Hallgren. Seeing a news program about how technology could help children with disabilities thrive at school, ever the engineer, Lee knew he could make a difference. He contacted the United Cerebral Palsy Development Achievement Center in Minneapolis and was successfully connected to Cheryl Volkman. Cheryl was working with preschool-aged children with significant disabilities. After 1 year of some successes and failures, Cheryl met Jackie Levine, a speech-language pathologist at the local school. Jackie's knowledge and vision helped connect technology to educational expectations for students with significant disabilities and those that are dedicated to teaching these students. Cheryl understood the children. Lee understood the technology. Jackie understood the school. What came next literally changed the world. A simple innovation, a push-button switch, was the key that unlocked untold possibilities. The switch was large enough to use and easy enough to activate that even those children with the most significant challenges could use it. The on-off function meant children were, for the first time in their lives, in control. They could turn on a blender. They could activate a toy. Anything that ran on batteries was now part of their world. A life was transformed, and AbleNet was born. Once educators and care professionals understood what was possible, it wasn't long before they came back to the fledgling company with more unmet needs. During the early days of AbleNet, there was no shortage of ideas. The quest for human dignity, the truest of necessities, was certainly the mother of invention. With tireless energy from early employees, working professionals, and university researchers, and new trade organizations, AbleNet's product portfolio grew rapidly. From their first product, the aptly named Big Red Switch, came the Big Mac, a simple push-button communicator that would record and play a single message at the touch of a button. Dozens of products followed, all simple in concept, but powerful in purpose. All of these innovations were born from the collaboration of people all dedicated to improving lives of people with disabilities. This is no more evident than in the launch of AbleNet's first curriculum products. To this point, many children in special education suffered from the tyranny of low expectations. To be fair, these unique children didn't easily fit the mold of general education, with its standardized approaches and rigorous measurement. Matching the same pattern of collaborative innovation, AbleNet's curriculum products not just allowed for, but encouraged individualized instruction. It integrated assistive technology long before most gen ed curriculums even mentioned computers. It set measurable standards with the explicit goal of improvement and learning. From preschool to literacy to mathematics, AbleNet curriculum truly changes lives. Expectations for persons with disabilities have come a long way in 30 years. Dedication and technology have changed the way all of us see their world. But the world has changed too, and AbleNet is changing with it. With a new perspective on the lives and needs of persons with disabilities, Major consumer technology companies have picked up the torch, launching innovative advances and expanding the reach of assistive technology to millions of people. AbleNet has continued its passion for innovation right alongside them, adapting its own technology and innovating anew to work seamlessly with popular consumer technology. This marriage of assistive technology and consumer technology has brought persons with disabilities into the mainstream like never before, changing all of our perceptions in a virtuous cycle. As we look to the future, we see the acceleration of a global movement to improve the lives of persons with disabilities, bringing everyone together to bring positive change to the world. AbleNet has rededicated itself as a global company, developing infrastructure and distribution channels across 6 continents to ensure everyone, everywhere, has access to live the life they have imagined. But no matter how far we go, we're reminded always of how far we've come. For 30 years, the mission of AbleNet has remained the same: transform lives through passion, technology, and determination. Because at the core, this isn't about us. We measure our success by the number of lives we change, the amount of dignity we bring, and the joy we see in the faces of people the world over. As we reflect on 30 years and look forward to our future, we honor those people who've helped us. And most of all, we honor the people who have made the most of their lives. It is for them that the AbleNet story continues.